October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. And right away, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Bring it, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, take. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. It's our time. It's our time.
From the gun, Hawk. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Corey Littleton in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Here we go. Here we go. Pittsburgh. Don't let it breathe. Don't let it breathe.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson, fighting through pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Now a give, right side. Thomas down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
You draw Corker.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. Under pressure, they got him again. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Jackson. It's caught by Funchess. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this 1st quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time.
You got the rock. Check, 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 check. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, go.
They'll run on 1st down. Thomas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. 51, Mike.
2nd and 11. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Got it.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
On 1st and 10, Hawk. It's caught by Aguilar. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Colts 6-yard line.
Ready up.
50.
Bravo.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up.
Hey, Zoo. Zoo.
2nd and 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Gary Jennings, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right. Move.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch out, watch out. Let's go, defense. Over.
Jackson now. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Jackson, that's to his running back, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I know you felt that one.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he still has yet to get on track in this first. First half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Set 70, Indy. Hey, team 6, team 6.
51, Mike, 51. Watch the pass.
Hey.
Let's go, D.
Buzz. Get it.
Looking to throw. Hawk. Aguilar has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
On the set. Hey, Alpha.
Hey, let's get in them holes. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Target. Go, Mike 51.
Hey, Echo.
Hey, let's go. It's time to crash. It's a party now.
Go.
It's a party now. Go.
On the book now.
throwing on first down. Hawk completes it to Jennings. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Set. 60 or.
Hey, check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Ready. Hey, exit.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. They can't hang with us. 51 to Mike.
Look at me. Zipper. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Hawk. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamal Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Hawk. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Bengals first down.
Ready, ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Johnson running right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Check four.
80 weapon.
Shoot.
Again, it's Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Here we go. Showing it. Slam.
Go. Ready.
Back to throw. Hawk. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Check 31. Check 31.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a Bengal first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Looking to throw. Hawk. That's caught by Jennings. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
I got it.
Go.
Mike 51, Mike 51. He's time to win. It's time to run. 51, Mike 51. Check pass.
Back to throw. Hawk. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken around the 12.
All day, baby, let's go.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Squeeze, double.
Let's go.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Screen play, Johnson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. Hawk. Big hold of the 30. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be taken at the 10. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Strong right, strong right. Even, 4 down, even. Check 3. 36.
Check 25, check 25.
Hey, switch gears.
Shut up.
Jackson now, throwing again. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Go. Back. 49. Check 49. Check. Go.
To throw is Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bengals, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another road test next week.